Hello everyone, Jonathan here, host to John. Just wanted to talk to you about trainers tonight. So let's have a look at my trainers. Okay, so here are the trainers that have really made me think it's time to talk about trainers. As you can see, they're not brand new, but actually they've given good service. So this is partly why I wanted to talk to you about trainers. And well, let's talk about them then. So these trainers, they're some sort of Nike trainers, yeah, or Nike. Let's say Nike, because it's not like they don't have a stress mark on the E. I don't think so. I'll just say Nike. But one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, as well, the main reason really, was because they've lasted, I think, 4 years. And ordinarily I'd often buy trainers every 2 years maybe. But I believe I bought these either in 2016 or 2017, and I can't honestly be sure which year. But even if it was 2017, then that would give us 3 years of service, because it's now 2021. So I'm thinking I bought these trainers either in summer 2016 or summer 2017, but I can't be sure. It may well have been 16, and I mean, fuck knows where the receipt is. Don't know where the box is. It's just impossible to tell. But I probably could narrow it down if I look through a load of old photographs, which is pointless. But anyway, so basically, this is the crack about this. So these Nike, whatever your preference is, trainers. So I bought them in either 2016 or 2017, and so they've lasted at least 3 years, or over 4. That would make it, if it was summer 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hang on, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if it was summer 2016, that's 4.5 years. So even if it was summer 2017, they've lasted 3.5 years. Now, some trainers are better than others, and these are not as good as they used to be, as you can probably see. But they've actually done quite well in terms of when they were really starting to fall to bits. I mean, that's a year ago. They weren't fit for purpose a year ago, really. But then they've lasted and carried on, sort of thing. Can't get the focus where I want to. But if you look here, there's a little hole in the toe. And I can't remember which side. I think one of these is, yeah, that's starting to gape, isn't it? That's starting to gape a bit, so that's on the way out. The sole itself has seen much better days, and there's bits hanging off, as you can see there. There's been bits hanging off though, mine, since summer last year, and they have still carried on to a great degree. So this is why I just really wanted to talk to you about them so much, because although they were starting to show signs of wear and tear in certain places, well, it won't focus on that. That's a more recent development on the toe. There's a bit of a hole there in the side of the shoe. That's more recent. This one was one of the first sort of places to start going. However, let me just tell you about this. The laces are not frayed at all. The laces are pristine, if you like. Oh. There you go, there's one end. There's another end. Look at the loops. There's no fray marks on any of these laces. Laces are pristine and in good condition. I don't know what model of trainers these are. Let's undo the laces actually, and you can see how good the laces still are. Not a problem with them at all, look. Not a problem whatsoever. Absolutely good to go. Just says made in Indonesia. Is there any code on there that tells you what? Ah, there you go, look, they were made on the 4th of August 2015. I think, because across the way it says 6th of August 2015. I'm guessing I bought these in 2016, so I've done well over 4 years service, and I can really say they've been a decent pair of trainers. So one thing I was going to say was, although I've kept wearing these trainers all the time, and I've been to many places, and they've been in many situations, and they've done many miles. More recently, it's January 2021, it was a little bit precarious wearing them on the, the icy pavements, because there's no treads left on them and such like, and you're taking your life in your hands if you like. But I mean, they are quite comfortable, which is why I keep wearing them. I've never had any problems with the comfort of wearing these things, and whatever, size 12 Nikes sort of thing. And as you can tell, I don't get any sponsorship from Nike, because I don't have any new trainers, and these are the only Nike trainers that I have. Like I said, I usually buy trainers once every 3 or 4 years, so that would make sense, because I'm going to have to buy some new trainers before long, I'm sure. But anyway, all I wanted to say, folks, was that these trainers have stood me in good stead, and I've been on the ice pavements with them recently, which is not recommended when there's no tread left on them. But even though the soles are crumbling and various bits of them are crumbling, they're still very comfortable and very reliable. And as you can see, the laces are as good as new, even if the rest of the trainers aren't. And I mean, these trainers were half knackered last year, but I've been on Blackpool Pleasure Beach, I think 15 times with them this year. I don't think I've worn any of the other, I may be wrong, but I don't think I've worn any other shoes out there when I've been there. And they've been on Valhalla, not this year, but last year, a time or two, and probably the year before. They've seen every sort of situation and challenge, these trainers. Been out biking with them, so I've been walking, and once I've been running. Be an exaggeration to say I'd been running with them on, but I've been out biking, walking, roller coasting, log fluming, and snow walking, and ice walking. So they've stood me in good stead. If you have any thoughts about trainers, then please let me know, because I'm in the market to buy some. Because although they've stood me in good stead, oh, there's another. Yeah, look, we really are getting to the end of the working life of these. I mean, they are now deteriorating day by day. So I really am now in the realms of, I'm going to have to source footwear soon, otherwise I'll be walking on my stocking feet. But well done, Nike, whatever you want to call yourselves. I dread to think what factory these were made in. I bought them in Gretna Gateway, which I may have said before, in the Nike shop. Size 12 US, is that size 11? The 12s, but the 11s or in 10s. My feet aren't that big. My feet are usually either 10 or 11. Let's say 10.5 if you've got a proper tape measure. But yeah, wherever they were made, they've lasted. Just hope the people who made them got paid enough. But that's a different sort of consideration to this particular video. But I'm starting to feel a little, conscious about what the reputation about these trainer and sports wear firms and brands are like. Anyway, they've been good trainers. They've stood me proud, and I just need some new ones now, and I don't know what to get. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say. I've got some here that I've not worn for a long time because they're proper knackered. But these were a decent tackle. These were the K-Swiss, but I've not worn them for, I don't know, at least a couple of years. I don't know if it says what year they were made on in here. Probably not. But made in China. But the K-Swiss, we've got almost a hole there. There's not a hole elsewhere in. There's a hole there in these. I do believe there's a hole in the other, on the other side. Oop. This is that where it really started first. In there, I used to love these trainers. There's probably even one there. But I used to love these trainers. I really used to love them. But they got knackered as well. I can't remember what year I bought them. If you look at the treads, they are worn. I mean, we're talking years ago. I used to wear these many years ago, but I just haven't brought myself to throw them in the bin. But I really liked these. Really nice, them. I really did like those. But they're like Donald Ducks. About as much as these. Anyway, folks, nice talking to you about trainers. Oh, actually, I didn't even plan on mentioning these, but they're here. Now, I can't remember. It may have been when I was in Blackpool one day with them on, like, a couple of years. I really don't remember. But for whatever reason, no, I must have had another pair of trainers that were even worse off than them. More worn than them. But I went into Primark in Blackpool and bought these for £3.50. I'm trying to think. I must have had another pair of trainers that were like more than knackered. A pair of shoes or something. Do you know, I've probably put it on a post on Facebook regarding Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I may even have put it on a YouTube video. I really don't know. But because I wasn't wearing these, and can't have been wearing them because they would have done. I can't remember what I was wearing. Something that was really knackered, that like literally was falling to bits, literally. Primark, and bought these for £3.50. Now, you can't complain, can you? £3.50. They're still wearable, but part of the soles, inner soles in them, I don't know, you can maybe see there, the inner flipping lining comes apart from the bottom of them, and you get like sticky heels and doesn't work. But you know, for £3.50, I mean, what can you say? You can't knock that, can you? I mean, if you don't want to, if you've got some decent fancy shoes like I don't have, if you've got some Italian loafers or something, and you're down at Blackpool one day and you don't want to go on the Valhalla because of your fancy shoes, then just go in Primark and get a pair of these, £3.50. I mean, if really, you could just stick them in the bin after you've been on Valhalla if needed. Don't worry about it. However, I would come back to say, you know, what about the poor people who made them? And is that responsible to say just chuck them in the bin after you've worn them. I'm not saying that, and I haven't chucked mine in the bin. But anyway, nice to talk to you folks. I've talked a little bit about trainers. I do worry that a lot of these trainers are not ethically sourced. I don't just worry, I just know. We all know. I'm talking about something that I bought in Primark for £3.50. I mean, how do you suppose Primark put a price tag on them for £3.50? They're not very substantial, to be honest, but if you think Primark have put a price tag on them of £3.50, then they've probably made, well, I mean, they'll have made 50% profit on them, won't they? So they've been made for, what's half of £3, £1.50, so £1.75. So they've been made for £1.75, or they'll have bought them for £1.75, but then the wholesaler have sold them for less than £1.75. And I mean, I just dread to think how much the person who made them got. It just is just like diabolical. As for the case waist, I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure they were like 30 quid or more. I think the Nikes were like 25 quid or something, and what might have been a reasonable price at the time. I'm sure the case was probably 40 quid or something, I don't know. But even so, who made them? They were made in China, weren't they? How much did they get for making them? Much better trainer than the Primark £3.50, or even, and much better than Nike 25 quid, whatever they were. Nice soft leather that as well. Probably more than that, I can't remember. I honestly can't remember how much they were, but they were well worth it. Anyway, start to digress. So all I'm saying, folks, is I need some new trainers, and if you've got any recommendations for a reasonably priced set of trainers that will do multi-purpose stuff for about 3 years, including riding bikes, walking. I'm not so much bothered about running, but I do want I would prefer a little bit of support for my heels, and even a bit of low level walking, not fell walking, but low level walking. So biking, walking, and low level hiking, and town use. And yeah, got any recommendations, folks, just let me know. Nice to share my feet with you. Bye for now.